Welcome to Wicked Darkness, Johnny's survival guide to the end times. This is a full audio reading of the book released in episodes. I made this free so it's easy to follow and so you don't get distracted from the message. Enjoy.
Wicked Darkness, Johnny's survival guide to the end times. Chapter 14, Part 3. Come out of her, my people. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people. Revelation 18:4. You live in Babylon. You do business in Babylon. You hear her music in the local coffee shop. Just don't become Babylon. Because one day, and that day is coming fast, the angel will cry out, Come out of her, my people. That's not a relocation plan. That's a spiritual evacuation order. It means, stop drinking the poison. Stop buying what she's selling. Stop pretending. That compromises Christianity. Look, I listen to music too, but I listen with discernment, as I stated, so I'll say it again. And when a song starts mocking Christ, taking his name in vain, or slipping in a little blasphemy, on top of the beat, I change the channel. You need to know where the line is. You need to be awake, even while you live in Babylon, because let's be honest, most of it's not music anymore. It's marketing, it's messaging, it's theology set to 808s, doctrine dressed up in drum beats. It's not just a vibe, it's a belief system. And when your favorite artist says, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, or drops a verse that mocks the blood of Jesus, understand this. You're not just hearing a song. You're hearing a sermon, you're hearing a spirit, and it's selling you a worldview. The early church gave Gentile believers 3 clear boundaries: no sexual immorality, no blood, and no idols. Acts 15:20. That's not just ceremonial stew, that's survival doctrine. In a world drenched in deception, American Idol is a popular television show that perfectly describes the reality of the idols that America has created. The modern music industry isn't just entertainment, it's a global idol factory. They worship fame, they drink blood, literally. In some cases, they glamorize rebellion, they preach fornication, greed, and pride, and they call it self-love. That love yourself motto. It's not self-love, it's self-worship. For people with self-loathing, these aren't icons, they're influencers, with handlers, and handlers with agendas. And that word influencer is just a fancy word for, you guessed it, salesperson. They call it freedom, but Babylon always does. That's why so many of them commit suicide, or die of drug overdoses, trying to drown out their wonderful and broken lives. They're not free, they're in bondage. So yeah, I'm telling you as plainly as I can, that it's part of the system of the beast. You don't have to burn your Spotify account, but you better abstain from all appearance of evil. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Beware of men. Know where you're at. Discern the time. Don't just be able to tell that it's not raining outside. Know where you're living, and that you're that much closer to the man of sin being revealed. And many in the music industry are waiting for him to show up. They can't wait. You're actually being programmed. It's another sales technique. Subliminal messages on your TV might be illegal, but who needs subliminal when they can get you to chant it yourself? And when some uninformed preacher tells you Revelation was just talking about ancient Rome, flip to chapter 18 and ask, really? You think God's pouring out wrath like that over a couple of flute players hitting sour notes in ancient Rome? Because every lyric and everyone is selling something, and if your spiritual radar isn't on, you won't realize you're being recruited. You're being deceived. Maybe it's time to finally realize Babylon isn't just evil, it's pathetic. The Mad Hatter is back on stage, selling you billion-dollar circus acts with recycled scripts and cheap thrills, while mocking your faith and emptying your wallet. And the house band, a lineup of broken celebrities, chanting the same old spell, pretending they're profound, while their handlers count the profits. Babylon doesn't love you. Babylon laughs at you. So when the angel cries out, Come out of her, my people, will you still be clapping, still chanting, still dancing, Or will you finally wake up and walk out of the show before the whole theater burns, along with the last hit record?
Hey, thanks for listening. You've just heard an episode of Wicked Darkness, Johnny's survival guide to the end times. If you want to read along or dive deeper, go to wickeddarkness.com. It's also available on Kindle and in paperback on Amazon. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs it, someone who's stressed, questioning things, or sensing that something in the world just isn't right, someone who can feel that something is off. Have them listen. Subscribe to follow the full series. It's free. People keep waiting for the wicked one to arrive. What they don't understand is this: he's already here. If you want to know what I do when I'm not turning the book I wrote, Wicked Darkness, Johnny's Survival Guide to the End Times, into an AI podcast for YouTube, Rumble, and probably TikTok, check out the websites I built at coolcarguy.com and freaksites.com. Freaksites is a network of websites like Travelers Freak, Cars Freak, Housing Freak, Weapons Freak, and Runner Freak. I use them myself to create listings that work like mini stories around topics people already care about: cars, travel, housing, running, weapons culture, and a lot more. Most content online disappears into feeds. I built these sites around the idea that stories don't have to. Anyway, if you're curious, check them out. You'll figure it out pretty quickly. And if this episode was worth your time, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with somebody else.